of the Mandito proper army, while everybody that I've set up on the left goes left. So this is the typical scroll through showing how everybody performed in the arena, what their current net worth is, and their levels. So as I mentioned, Deirdre was going to take a swing at the arena here. She doesn't manage to pull it off this time. But since I left my dancer behind, Aideen will get a second shot at healing her before she exits the castle on her own. Aideen has her own agenda, so she's going to be doing some other things. And leaving one unit behind in the castle for warp is more than enough. I don't think tying her down forever in order to try to get Deirdre to pass the last two arenas when they're not strictly necessary was a good idea. So I didn't. So Oslo starts off baiting that one javelin. Everybody else stays just out of range. He heads up northward in the mage direction. The rest of Team Lachesis heads westward. The knights start to move to the north. Nothing surprising yet. I do keep Noish glued tightly to Ira, and this obviously holds him back from combat. But he's actually at the point where his level is high enough, and now that he's promoted, his experience gains from normal mooks is rather low. I mean, the promotion doesn't hinder it. The fact that he was able to be promoted is more of the because. Alright, so this time Deirdre manages to actually successfully dodge those. I threw her in just in case castle healing enough would be sufficient. Turns out it wasn't, so I guess I wasted a shot of Aura, but whatever. Or actually, I don't even remember. He may have got the two swings to connect before that happened. In any case, no great loss. And so basically, every turn, she'll exercise her warping abilities. So Aideen is actually going to tag along with the Scrub Brigade, and she's going to pick up the Rescue Staff village. My original thought was, well, she's the only one that can use the staff, because I'd forgotten that I was going to get Claude, and that Lachesis would be promoting. And I also didn't really remember the fact that, well, somebody else could just always pick it up and then sell it, and she'd buy it later, because bargain is useful like that. So there may have been better things for her to be doing during the chapter. I don't entirely know. Things work out in the end, so nothing really to complain about. So you'll notice that I left the Hero Lance on Quan, and this is to double his ludicrous offense, and also to enable him to rack up some kills on it, as well as, you know, try to gain him his last hurrah of XP. So I also left Sigurd with the Hero Sword for a similar purpose. I forgot to use it here. Maybe I was intending to leave those Axe Knights for Ira to clean up. I don't remember. But that's how the turn played out in the dry run, so that's how it played out in the live run. Mitter is actually a real champ on this turn. He dodges all of those axes. And due to the AI, since all of the Bow Knights target him, he basically mops the floor with every of them. I mean, he leaves the captain, but aside from that... I'm not entirely sure why the enemy is prioritizing Levin over Ozzel. Could be based on his defense, but I never actually checked that out. Ozzel needs to use the Elfire Tome here to take the captain down. But the fact that, as you see, that they want to try to hit Levin more than him, means that he doesn't need to worry about being double-teamed on the enemy phase and dying. Speaking of, I left Lex in the range of being attacked, but since his defense is so high, the AI apparently doesn't even want to try. This is probably my first real mistake here. I overextend Lachesis. She's exactly 2-hit KO'd by those Lance Knights, and if the AI does things a little differently on the enemy phase, 2 of them will attack her. But this go around, it was convenient in that the wounded one goes after Beowulf instead, and then there's only the one that has enough range to hit Lachesis. That Mage Captain is the only one that really had any significant damage capability against Fury, so she's perfectly safe. With the Javelin there, she doesn't need to rely on any dodges whatsoever. Mitter, on the other hand, I overexposed here, so he's going to get patched up by Ethlin. And I'm also going to have to surround him as much as I can to minimize his exposure. This is where I start to levy Hero Sword Sigurd, and I'll also Canto everybody else back as needed. Juan kills an enemy on the way to sit in front of the boss. He doesn't actually want to kill the boss because of the droppable thunder sword that he has no use for. But hitting bosses is always good for XP, so he's going to do that. So Noise just basically weakens those, so the intent was to feed them to Ira. The enemy phase has them actually target Noise, though, which was kind of confusing to me, but you live with it. I mean, Noise's defense is far and away greater than Ira's, so I got no explanations. So with the Javelin, Fury doesn't have perfect hit, so she's going to leave a couple of these mages alive, because they stand on the forests, and that gives them the Naval boost, so... That's why Jamka's around. He's going to pick up the scraps there.